Doing this session of morning yoga is Jay Gupta. He's a pharmacist and the director of pharmacy and integrative health at Harbor Care. But he's also the president of www.yogacaps.org and www.rxrelax.com. He's an international speaker and he talks about a lot of things, especially polypharmacy, which we're going to hear later today. But he also studies yoga. And in 2020, he completed a clinical trial studying the effects of therapeutic telehealth yoga for healthcare professionals during a pandemic, which is exactly what we're going to do here today. We have turned this session Q&A on because Jay is going to ask you some questions, and so you can respond during this, but get comfortable. I've already got my shoes off, and we're glad to have you. Welcome, Jay.
Thank you so much, Terry. All right, everybody, welcome to NPACE morning yoga session. So we're going to mostly stay seated on the chair so that we are able to accommodate everybody. So let's come to the front of the chair, feet parallel to each other. You don't have to take the shoes off, but it'll be a little better if you have the shoes off. And let's start working with the toes first. So I'm going to show you with my hands. So opening the toes wide. And if you can't open all the toes wide, maybe start to wiggle them first. Now, everything I'm going to share with you in the next half an hour or so is used as a medicine. So yoga capsules, I'm going to share with you a series of them. So just like your chill pills. So separating the toes, lifting them up, press the balls of the feet down, press the heels down. Notice the engagement of the leg muscles. Straighten your spine, but relax your shoulders, relax your arms, and feel the weight of your hands onto your legs. You may want to close your eyes and relax the facial muscles. So this is seated mountain pose. I'm going to repeat the instructions one more time. Your toes are separated, or at least you're making an effort, noticing which toes are separate, which ones are not. Pressing the floor down with your feet. Notice the engagement of leg muscles. Spine is straight. Create that curvature in your lower spine, so pulling it forward a little bit while your shoulders are back. Arms are relaxed, face is relaxed. Eyes are gently closed, very gently closed. And bring the awareness to the whole body. We're going to spend next 30 minutes or so moving different parts of the body, doing some breathing, learning to relax. Taking some deep breaths here. So mountain pose. Just imagine your whole body is like a mountain. Strong, stable, and absolutely still. Inhaling, your awareness rises up to the ceiling. Exhaling, it goes down to the floor. Breathing only through the nose. Imagine your whole body is like a strong mountain. In this yoga practice, as I instruct to move any body part, you don't have to move the body. So first rule is no pains, all gains. If anything feels painful or uncomfortable, please don't do the practice. However, you can keep the eyes closed and imagine you're doing it. Let those neurons in the brain fire. And the third rule is keeping a smile on your face. So bring a smile on your face and try to keep it for next 25 more minutes. You're going to release the toes unless they're already relaxed and blink your eyes open in a slow motion. We'll start to do some jaw, neck, and shoulder movements. That's where we hold most of the stress. So looking right and left. Inhale on one side, exhale on the other side. So very slow, being an explorer, just very mindfully noticing how the muscles are moving in the neck. You might discover today which part of the body you hold the most stress in. Pausing in the center, let's go up and down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Very slow, respecting your own range of motion. And this time when we go up, we'll pause for a moment, normal breathing, and we'll open and close the mouth a few times. You might want to move your jaw left and right. Notice how much stress you're holding here. Close the mouth, back to the neutral position. Let's bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Release the left hand, nudge your left shoulder down to deepen the stretch on the left side of the neck and smile. Remember, in yoga, and actually in whole life, you can make anything advanced, more proficient, if you can do it with a smile on the face. Release, change side, left ear to the left shoulder, nudging the right shoulder down. Nice, release back to the center. Keeping the palms on the legs, on your thighs or knees, let's roll the shoulders. Explore the opposite direction. And now you can do the same action, but if you feel comfortable, bring the fingers onto the shoulders, maybe holding your shirt, inhaling up, exhaling down. So working with your elbows, starting with small circles and making larger circles, respecting your range of motion. So let's add breath to this, inhaling up, exhaling down. If you have full range of motion, you can go all the way up and exhaling through the nose, bring the elbows close to each other, going all the way down. Pausing, but let's reverse the direction. There are a couple of exceptions, but mostly in yoga, we breathe only through the nose, particularly exhalation is always through the nose. And there's a lot of scientific reasons for that. So taking deep breaths, slow and deep breath through the nose. And release. Arms in the front, folding the thumbs, wrap the fingers around. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling, smile. Exhaling, frown. Inhale up, exhaling down. Hand to the chest, inhaling up, exhaling down. So emotions, we are smiling and frowning at will. You probably remember that it's part of our limbic system. We are connecting the frontal cortex with the limbic system now. At will, smiling and frowning. Hands release. Let's open the fingers wide and a little wider if possible. Inhaling up, feel the stretch on the back of your hands. Exhaling down. Inhale, smile. Very good practice for the carpal tunnel, improving the microcirculation in the hands. Hands to the chest. Try not to move your elbows here, just bending at the wrist. And release. All right, let's work with the elbows. So arms, forearms parallel to the floor. Inhaling, we'll straighten the arms. Exhaling back. So giving a gentle jerk, little shake to the elbows. Good. Folding the thumbs, wrap the fingers around, bring the knuckles together. Pressing the knuckles against each other. Notice a little strain on your shoulders, but notice the lift in your armpits. We're going to move the lymphatic system. We're going to boost our immunity with this practice. So rotate your arms so you're looking at your nails. Nice. Keep the arms parallel to the floor. Inhaling, keeping the knuckles together. We'll try to straighten the arms. Notice the lift in your armpits. Exhaling to the chest. So those who know about the lymphatic system, it is very sluggish. Creating that movement here. Let's do one more deep breath. Good, release. All right, bring your left hand up. Pat on your left shoulder. Patting your back for showing up early in the morning for the class. Enjoying the NPACE conference. Now, we are stretching our left lung. So let's take some deep breaths in the left lung. Optional, you can bring your right arm from the side, from underneath, and try to bring the fingers close to each other. Now, the fingers don't have to touch. The goal is to keep the torso straight. Your spine is straight and taking deep breaths in the left lung. And if you can do it with a smile on your face, that'll be wonderful. Good, release. Let's pat on the other shoulder. Optionally, your left arm from underneath is trying to come close to the fingers. And you might remember that your right lung is a little bigger than the left lung. So see if you can take deeper breaths on the right side now. Hope everybody remembers you have an extra lobe of lung, right? On the right side. One more deep breath and release. Holding the elbows in the palms. Arms parallel to the floor. In this practice, without moving the torso, you're going to bring both the elbows to the right side. So bringing both the elbows to the side. So you're not moving your torso, you're not twisting along. So keep the torso square, and you will notice a nice pull, a beautiful stretch in your left shoulder blade. So let's take some breaths here. Inhaling, imagine your shoulder blade is expanding, and exhaling, it relaxes. Yoga, as most of you probably know, that is all about balance, balancing the sympathetic and parasympathetic, creating the homeostasis. It's not just stretching, but also relaxing. Back to the center, change side. Inhaling, visualizing, imagining your right shoulder blade is expanding. Exhaling, it relaxes. Remember, no pains, all gains. Back to the center, all the way down. We're going to do another nice stretch for the shoulder blades, but let's work with the chemistry of the body. Bring the left hand onto the right shoulder and the right hand on the left. Elbows all the way down, give yourself a big hug. The studies have shown that 20 or 30 seconds of self-hugs can produce enough oxytocin to produce the effect of kindness and compassion. And that kindness and compassion, not for others necessarily, but for ourselves. And of course, we learned in last 1 year that self-hugs are also more hygienic. All right, let's release the hands and we'll bring the left elbow on the top of the right elbow and bring the back of the hands close to each other. Keep your spine straight. Now, depending on your range of motion, you might pause right here, or you may want to intertwine your arms. So you don't have to intertwine, just pausing where you are and taking some deep breaths, inhaling, noticing your shoulder blades expand. Exhaling, they relax. So it's not about intertwining the arms, it's about getting into the ease here, where you feel relaxed. Let's slowly release. We'll change side. The right arm is on the bottom now. Left elbow is on the top, giving yourself another big hug. Releasing the hands, the other elbow comes on the top now. You might notice that one side is a little different, little easier than the other side. Just cherishing that our bodies are not balanced on each side. They're not designed, the body is not designed like that. So you will have little imbalance on each side anyway. Good, slowly release. I hope everybody's feeling okay. If you have any question or comment, you're welcome to put that in the chat. Let's work at the next practice. We're gonna hold the elbows again. We can bring the arms up as far as you can easily go. If you can go all the way up, you can have your ears between the arms. But even if your arms are down, that's okay. So respecting your range of motion, we'll take a deep breath in. Exhaling, we'll go to the side. Inhale in the center. Exhale, change side. So try to keep your feet on the floor here. Relax the facial muscles and smile. Good, let's release. So in yoga, you must have noticed, those who have been practicing for a long time, that we work with the spine a lot. In yoga, they say that it doesn't matter how old you are, but if your spine is stiff, you're 20 years old, your spine is stiff, you're considered old. But if you're 85 years old and your spine is flexible, you're considered young. So a lot of practices in yoga are all about flexing the spine. Now, from our healthcare professional training, we know we have vertebrae sitting on top of each other, right? It's not just one big femur or tibia fibula, right? So the discs in the middle of the vertebrae, they are the largest avascular organ in the body. So there's no circulation. That's why the discs start to crumble for people who lead sedentary lifestyle. So one of the easiest practice, I'm going to share actually two practices which help spine becoming more flexible. So if you know somebody, even with your patient, you may want to teach them these practice, but before you teach, practice on yourself. So let's do a spinal twist. Bring the right hand up, slide your left hand onto the left thigh. Right hand will come on your left knee. So both the hands are on the left leg. Twist the body to the left, looking on your left shoulder. Good. Now relax your shoulders, particularly the right shoulder is relaxed. So we're going to stay here for about a minute or so. Keep looking on your left shoulder. Inhaling, elongate your spine. Exhaling, twisting more to the left. Now, if you can relax your right shoulder a little bit more and nudge your right side of the body, that's only if you want to deepen this twist more. So pausing right here, and now notice the breaths in your belly. In this practice, we automatically go deeper in the breath. Notice the movement of your diaphragm. Inhaling, the diaphragm moves downwards. Exhaling, it relaxes upwards. Slowly release to the center. We'll change side, both the hands on the right leg now, twisting the body to the right. The key here is to relax the shoulders. It's not like you're pushing yourself with your body. Now spine is straight when you breathe in, and when you breathe out, you go a little deeper into the twist if it feels comfortable. Remember, you close your eyes and you can go all the way back in your mind. Doesn't have to happen physically. And notice the breaths in the belly. Inhaling, the lungs get filled up. Push the diaphragm down, expanding the belly. Exhaling, relaxing. Let's take another deep breath in and slowly back to the center. And one more practice we're going to do for the spine. We're going to flex the whole spine, keeping the palms firmly on the knees. Maybe you want to just grip, have a nice grip on your knees with your palms. We'll slowly pull the body forward, the whole spine arching forward while you look up. So chin goes all the way up. So creating a curvature in your lower spine, pulling it forward while your shoulder blades are going back. Your elbows are bent. And contrast of that is you're bringing the chin slowly down, straightening the elbows and arching the spine back. So imagining you're moving one vertebra at a time, arching the spine back while your chin comes down. Good, let's start to move with the breath now. Inhaling, pulling the body forward and up. Exhaling, down and back. So very slow, working with each breath. Exhaling, going back and downwards. Inhaling, pulling the body forward and up. Some people call them cat and cow. I just feel like they just make me more human. Neither cat nor cow. Good. Let's release in the center. I hope everybody's feeling okay. We have a few more minutes. So as you notice, we started with the neck area, neck, the jaw. We went into the arms. We are working with the spine. We are moving downwards. So let's do a couple of practices for the legs. You may want to sit back, pull your legs forward so you can straighten your legs, or you can keep the heels on the floor. So whatever is easy for you, bring your palms on the thighs. So palms are resting on the thighs and your legs are either straight up or they're resting, or the heels are resting on the floor. Inhaling, let's point the toes. Exhaling, bringing the toes towards the shins. So I'm going to show with my hands. Inhaling, pointing the toes. Exhaling, flexing. Inhaling, smile. Exhaling, bigger smile. Notice you're moving almost every muscle in your legs here. If you want to make it more powerful, you may want to open your toes wide while you're doing this. All right, release. And now keeping a little gap between the feet, we're gonna lift the feet up again and make the circles in opposite directions. So inhaling upward stroke, exhaling downward stroke. Keeping the smile on your face. I call these TV exercises. So when you watch TV, you can do this, right? And if you get tired, turn the TV off. That will be good for your mental health also. Pausing, reverse the direction. I personally find myself doing this at work, like between the appointments or between the meetings, just moving. And many of you probably already know that 25% of the body's bones are just in our feet. Now release. Now we'll bring both the feet together and let's make the circles together in the same direction. Now some of you might find this a little challenging, so do it slow with the breath. If you find it challenging, close your eyes and imagine you're making big circles. Let those neurons in the brain fire and your body will respond. Close your eyes, pause, reverse the direction. Release the feet. We have 4 more minutes, so I'm gonna actually do a little relaxation experience. So you know we do Shavasana. This will be a seated relaxation exercise. So let's sit back, palms resting on the knees or thighs, and eyes are gently closed. Release the weight of your entire body onto the chair. The whole body. Just a precaution here, if you don't have arms on your chair, please don't fall asleep. Releasing the weight of the entire body. Notice the pull of the gravity. That gravitational force which is always pulling us down, keeping us grounded. Feel that force as if Mother Earth is pulling you into her lap. The whole body. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just for 3 more minutes. Release the weight of the entire body. No part of the body is excluded from this experience. The facial muscles, very relaxed. Shoulders, the arms, feel the weight of your hands onto the legs. The whole body. Bring the awareness to your nose. Notice the air going in and coming out. Notice which nostril is more open. Sometimes we breathe through the right nostril, sometimes through the left. It's very rare that we breathe equally through both the nostrils. Right now, you're just observing which nostril is more open. One nostril, the right nostril, stimulates the sympathetic nervous system. The left regulates the parasympathetic. So we can create the balance by breathing equally through both the nostrils. Right now, you're not changing your breath, just doing the diagnosis, observing which nostril is more open. Notice when you breathe in, the movement of the air causes some sensations inside the nostrils. Without responding to those sensations, just feel the sensations. in and around the nostrils. Bring the awareness back to your body and observing the effects of the practice. You gave yourself half an hour for self-care, and hopefully you might feel your body's chemistry is different. You might feel more energized or relaxed or both. So thank you very much. Please open your eyes.